The Salt Lake Institute of Genealogy will celebrate its silver anniversary in January 2020. Elevate your genealogical education to new heights. At SLIG, you will learn from the field's top professionals, obtain in-depth instruction, network with respected experts, consult with successful researchers, and research at the Family History Library. Registration opens July 13th, 2019 at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. We've asked the course coordinator to tell us a little bit about the course to help you decide if it's the right fit for you. Certified genealogist and fellow of the Utah Genealogical Association, Craig Scott, is the coordinator for guided research and consultation. This is offered as a week-long opportunity. If you are taking another SLIG course, standalone single consultations are also available. Keep watching to learn more about his background and these opportunities.
My name is Freud Stop. I'm the president and CEO of Heritage Books. I lecture nationally on topics such as military, problem solving, and Quaker records. I have been a genealogist since I was 16 years old. Did it wrong for a long time, learned from lots of people about how to do it right, and learned that probably most importantly that we examine records in strange ways sometimes that aren't really relevant to our research. And we need to learn what a record actually says to send us down the road so we can find more of them. I've spent probably over a decade in helping people solve problems. I get maybe 5 or 6 emails a day, sometimes less, sometimes more, where people just say, "Can you help me?" And that's what I do. So this SLIG course or opportunity provides the chance to do that in a more formal setting.
How long have you been working on genealogy, and how did you become interested in it?
When I was 16 years old, I found a piece of Scott hunting tartan. And I said to myself, I would like to have a jack shirt made out of that. So I went to my mother, and she said, well, when you give me $60, I'll be happy to make you a jack shirt. And I said, $60? After all, I was 16, and what 16-year-old in that time frame in 1969 or 1968 had $60 to their name? So I said, well, maybe I should prove I actually belong to Clan Scott first. So I began doing genealogy. I thought it would be easy because I had an aunt who was in the DAR. Unfortunately, she didn't join the DAR through my Scott ancestry, so that didn't work. So I kept digging. And today, years later, I still have not proven my connection to Clan Scott, but I did have 15 years as being the Clan Scott genealogist, so it all worked out. And now I have not a jack shirt, but a tie that's hunting Scott. And I realized that I wanted to be a genealogist, and that's all I really wanted to be. So I went to college, joined the Navy, stayed in the Navy until I could retire. And when I retired and spent some time out in the civilian community and didn't like that, I decided I'd become a full-time genealogist. And that's how I created Willow Bend Books, which became Heritage Books eventually when I acquired Heritage Books. And it's just been a full-time thing ever since. Probably much more than a full-time thing.
Have you had any prior SLIG experience?
I've been going to Salt Lake in January for more than 25 years. And in the beginning, I wasn't attending SLIG, but I was around all the people who were doing SLIG and that kind of stuff. And eventually, they asked me to coordinate a military course. And I think I've done that a couple of times. I was in the early professional course teaching it when Corey Meyerink was the coordinator. I've taught in other courses. The most recent course that I taught in was the Quaker course with Steve Morrison. But for the past decade or so, maybe a little longer, I've been involved in what was called the problem solving course. And this opportunity that Peg has helped me to create is sort of based on that. But I've been problem solving at SLIG for a long time, and it's probably one of my favorite things to do.
Tell us about the opportunities you're offering.
What Peg and I have created is a guided research and consultation kind of track. Everybody needs help at some point in time. Some of us have brick walls that are long-standing. Many of them we created ourselves. And you just need the opportunity to go and talk to somebody. Now, you may only need to talk to somebody for half an hour, or you may need a long-term consultation that, where somebody holds your hand or guides you for an entire week on a thorny problem or a set of thorny problems. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of hand-holding, providing guidance, providing consultation on where to go next, or what a record actually means, and what was created before that record, what was created after that record, and where you should be going.
Who would benefit from these opportunities?
I think that anyone who has a thorny problem that they haven't been able to solve for a while, anyone who needs guidance in records, basically, it's a solving brick wall kind of situation where you're going to get an additional set of eyes to help you solve it. It may be that we don't solve it, but hopefully we'll at least be able to get you down the road towards solving it. Many times you can dig your own hole. Many times you can believe that a record is, I'll call it the truth, and you rely on it heavily, but it's in isolation, and in fact, it's sent you down a rabbit hole. A lot of times we have family trees that we attach things to them. They actually don't belong there. Maybe we just want them to belong there. But it's basically the opportunity to get things straightened out, knock down those brick walls. It's every individual and their problem is unique, and you need someone that can deal with you personally to solve and help you solve your problem. And it's really, my job is not to solve your problem. My job is to lead and guide you in directions that will help you solve your problem. And I really enjoy doing that. So I'm going to have fun. And hopefully whoever joins us will have fun also.
What should students bring with them to SLIG?
This opportunity is a lot different than anything else at SLIG. Basically, what I would like you to bring is everything you know about your problem. Nothing's worse than being midweek and having someone say, well, I've looked at that, but it's not with you, which means we have to look at it again, kind of thing, in order to move forward. Anything that relates to the problem that you want to have solved, you should bring with you. I've been in situations where people have brought 4 notebooks with them. A suitcase full of notes may be the requirement. A single notebook may be the requirement. You have to be the judge of that. But whatever you bring is going to be helpful in determining what the problem actually is.
What expectations should students have by participating in this process?
Well, I wish I could say that your expectation would be that we're going to solve all the problems that you have in a week or in an hour one-on-one consultation, but the truth of the matter is we may not. My hope is that we can move you farther down the road towards solving your problem if we're unable to solve your problem. But we shouldn't have the expectation that we're going to be immediately successful. After all, you've had this problem for a long time. Although I have been in situations where we've solved the problem in a day and we moved on to another problem. So we just have to remain flexible, be understanding, and just recognize that you're going to have access to me all week. And if you have a question, you need to ask it. And you should have the expectation that when you leave SLIG, all the questions that you might have had the opportunity has been taken to answer them. And if not, I guess the issue is maybe that, I hate to say it, but it's your fault, because I love questions, probably more than anything else in the world. And you should have the expectation that I will answer every single one of them, even if you don't like the answer I provide you.
What makes your opportunities unique?
One of the nice things about the guided research and consultation is that it's not so much that it's unique, because there are lots of opportunities out in the genealogical world to get guided research and consultation in specific repositories, but not in the family history library. It just doesn't happen. So this is what makes it unique, is to have someone basically guide you and hold your hand as you wander through the process of solving your problem. And I think that's unique. I hope it's unique. You get to pick my brain for a week. Nobody gets to do that except at SLIG in January.
Do you have any final thoughts?
If it isn't fun, don't do it, but you've got to learn to make a lot of things fun.
We hope you enjoyed learning about guided research and consultation with Craig Scott. Registration for SLIG courses opens July 13th, 2019. Check out the website slig.ugagenealogy.org for more information.